Welcome to our end of week news bulletin. I am Sergeant Doreen Kerubu. The Kdf Weekly Bulletin is a show to keep you updated on events undertaken by the Ministry of Defense over the week. In today's bulletin, East African Community Summit extends regional force mission in the Democratic Republic of Congo. CS Duale hosts Lands PS and National Lands Commission chairperson. Kenya Defence Forces participation to revamp KICC ahead of the African Climate Summit 2023 lauded. The Kenya Defence Forces recruitment exercise at sub-counties comes to a close. Military Wives Association of Kenya facilitates pre-deployment counseling for military wives. And in sports, Gor secures victory against Ulinzi Stars. Leaders of the East African Community unanimously voted to extend the mandate of the East African Community Regional Force, which was deployed to quell violence in the troubled Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. The decision was reached following a meeting held at the 22nd Extraordinary Summit of the East African Community at the Kenya International Conference Center in Nairobi on Tuesday, 5th September 2023. This is the second extension for the regional force since it began its operation in Eastern DRC in November last year. The Kenya Defence Forces is part of the East African Community Regional Force troops in the DRC peacekeeping mission.
During the 22nd Extraordinary Summit, 7 heads of state, including His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Defence Forces, the President of Burundi, the President of Rwanda, the President of South Sudan, the President of Tanzania, and the representative from the DRC and Uganda convened to address the ongoing challenges in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. Leaders collectively agreed to extend the mandate of the regional force in DRC, which was set to expire on 8 September, by an additional 3 months to 8 December this year. The extraordinary security meeting also considered the progress of the regional force in restoring security, noting that insecurity continues in areas where withdrawal has not been achieved.
Honorable Aiden Duale, the Cabinet Secretary for Defense, held a consultative meeting with Honorable Nixon Koril, Lands Principal Secretary, and Mr. Gershom Otachi, Chairman of the National Lands Commission at the Defense Headquarters here in Nairobi. The meeting focused on the best approach to be adopted in resolving all disputes touching on military lands across the country for the mutual benefit of the Ministry of Defense and the communities around its installations.
Honorable Duale affirmed that the Ministry of Defense shall continue pursuing all avenues aimed at having cordial relations with communities around its facilities. He reaffirmed that the ministry is committed to finding amicable solutions for all military lands that have been encroached on by squatters in various parts of the country.
The Kenya Defence Forces took part in the renovation of the Kenyatta International Convention Center under the management of the Chief of Defence Forces, General Francis Ogola. These saw the Kenya Defence Forces play a key role in the Africa Climate Summit 2023 preparations by rehabilitating the convention center to facilitate the hosting of the various heads of state and leaders from across the globe. The restoration took place for the first time since 1973 in preparation for the just concluded Africa Climate Summit together with the Africa Youth Climate Assembly and the Africa Climate Week held at the Convention Center. These 3 events were initiated by His Excellency Honorable Dr. William Samoei Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Defence Forces. The modernization of the facility included rehabilitation of the main conference facilities, the amphitheater and the fountains.
The Africa Climate Summit 2023, themed Driving Green Growth and Climate Solutions for Africa and the World, was launched by the Commander-in-Chief, His Excellency Honorable Dr. William Samoei Ruto, on September 4, 2023. It was a 3-day affair consisting of over 20 African heads of state, among other high delegations. The Africa Youth Climate Assembly Conference was held from 1st to 3rd September 2023 and aimed at uniting and amplifying the voice of African youth. During the Africa Youth Climate Assembly Conference, 11-year-old Natalie Silantoi, the daughter of Senior Sergeant Naisiai Tukuo of Lanet Barracks, recited a poem on critical environmental challenges in Africa. The Africa Climate Week commenced on 4th September 2023 and concluded on 8th September 2023. This event was aimed at providing policymakers, practitioners, businesses, and civil society with a platform to exchange ideas on climate solutions, opportunities that can be realized in different regions, and barriers to overcoming climatic challenges.
And now to our main story. Lieutenant General Jonah Mwangi, the Vice Chief of the Defense Forces, has today announced the end of the KDF nationwide recruitment exercise at sub-county recruitment centers.
The Ministry of Defense is pleased to announce to the general public that the 2023 nationwide KDF recruitment drive, which commenced on 28th August 2023, ends today, the 8th September 2023.
During the concluded recruitment exercise, KDF partnered with other security agencies to ensure the exercise was conducted peacefully in a free and fair environment. Cases of malpractices were detected and handled swiftly to prevent interruptions.
The Ministry of Defense takes this opportunity to congratulate those who were successful and welcomes you to participate in the delivery of the Kenya Defense Forces mandate.
With the Kenya Defense Forces recruitment for specialists, cadets, tradesmen and women recruits yet to be concluded, the Ministry of Defense still urges members of the public to desist from corrupt practices and report any suspected incidents to 0726 419 706 or 0726 419 709.
Brigadier Dr. Athanasius Othiambo, Chief of Medical Services at the Defense Headquarters, hosted a benchmarking team from the National Youth Service at the Defense Headquarters here in Nairobi. The National Youth Service team, led by Jen Kiogora, Deputy Director, was taken through the structure of the Kenya Defense Forces Medical Services. These touched on the creation and implementation process of the KDF medical policies, together with its actualization in the form of the different levels of the KDF medical facilities. Take a look.
In a meeting with the NYS team, Brigadier Dr. Odhiambo emphasized the importance of building a strong foundation in the form of a well-thought-out medical policy. He stated that there is a continuous learning curve in the quest for providing exemplary and comprehensive medical services within all the disciplined forces. The NYS team noted that KDF is crucial in raising the bar in regards to formulating the requisite medical policies within the paramilitary institution.
Major General John Omenda, the Commander Kenya Air Force, made an official visit to the Republic of Jordan. The visit was aimed at enhancing bilateral relations between Kenya and Jordan Air Forces. The Commander Kenya Air Force and his delegation visited the base in Amman, where he was received and hosted by his counterpart, Commander Brigadier General Mohammed Al-Hiasat. Take a look.
During the visit, the Kenya delegation was briefed on the capabilities and capacity of the Royal Jordanian Air Force. The team later toured the Jordania Aeronautical Systems Company and was taken through its entire operations. The delegation also visited the King Hussein Air College and Royal Jordanian Air Force University College to view and assess its training capacity. While at the college, the Kenya Air Force team was taken through various operational details and tested different training simulators.
Mrs. Eileen Ogola, the Military Wives Association of Kenya chairlady, officiated a Military Wives pre-deployment counseling program at the Kenyatta Barracks in Gilgil, Nakuru. The Military Wives Association of Kenya delegation was received by Major General Jeff Nyaga, the General Officer commanding Western Command. The program provided a platform for the soldiers' wives to interact with Military Wives Association of Kenya leadership. They shared ideas which were geared towards addressing some of the challenges faced while their spouses are on deployment in various operation areas.
Speaking at the event, Mrs. Ogola expressed her appreciation towards the military wives for tirelessly providing the much-needed support system for their military families. She further encouraged them to engage in self-development projects, noting it to be fundamental in facilitating a functional, stable and thriving family. In his address, Major General Nyaga lauded the Military Wives Association of Kenya for tirelessly championing the welfare matters of Kenya Defence Forces families. He noted that this is instrumental in cultivating a conducive environment which facilitates the better mindset of soldiers, who in turn would undoubtedly perform better in their duties and assignments.
Moving on to sports, Gor Mahia FC, also known as Kogalo, secured their first victory of the Football Kenya Federation Premier League by defeating Ulinzi Stars 1-0 in an intense match that unfolded at the Ulinzi Sports Complex at Lang'ata here in Nairobi. Rogers Mugisha successfully capitalized on the goalkeeping error on Ulinzi's side at the 29th minute to give Gor Mahia the lead, much the delight of the loyal Kogalo fans. Kogalo now moves up to the 5th position with 4 points in the Football Kenya Federation Premier League standings. Ulinzi Stars, on the other hand, find themselves at the bottom of the table, yet to secure a single point after 2 rounds of matches.
The first half saw the two teams attempt to establish dominance. Despite several promising opportunities in the opening 20 minutes, Ulinzi Stars failed to capitalize on their chances to take the lead. The Football Kenya Federation Premier League is now set to take a break following the international break, providing teams with an opportunity to regroup and strategize for the upcoming fixtures.
Thank you for watching. We look forward to your feedback via our official social media handles and your viewership next Friday for the KDF Weekly Bulletin. I am Sergeant Doreen Kerubu. Goodbye.